Welcome back to Liberty Tree Gaming.
Awful things happen here.
We are in Sigismund's camp once again. And in the last episode, we managed to work our way into the Prague unit so that we can help the Prague artillery unit, so we can help to transport the cannon or so that we can steal it. But in so doing, we have come across a murder mystery. Mr. Chertan, the commander of the Cumans in the camp, has been killed. And we think it's probably, what's his name? Grozav. But we need to prove that. And we only have a limited number of days. I think he said 2 days before the justiciar shows up, and basically we'll probably find Musa as guilty and kill him or execute him. So at the end of last episode, we spoke with Musa, and he indicated that we could research poisons in his book and figure out, or maybe that may help to determine what to do or who did it. So I'm going to read the last bit of the quest log here so we can kind of catch up and jump into it. Musa advised me how to go about looking for the murderer. First, I need to find out what poison was used to kill Chertan. I can also talk to people who got caught up in the murder, or go back to the ammunition store and take another look around. Well, I may have missed something up there, but we'll see. I need to prepare as quickly as possible to defend Musa in court. Time is running out, and Sigismund's executioner will be here soon. He'll definitely be here within 2 days of Chertan's death. Someone got to the wounded Chertan and poisoned him. Musa, the physician, is a suspect, but I find it hard to believe he did it. Unfortunately, that's exactly what Camp Commander Grozav believes. So he sent for the royal executioner to get rid of Musa. My commander, Katz, isn't going to stand for this, so he ordered me to find the real murderer. Until I do, neither he nor the cannon I need will leave the camp. To find out what poison was used on Chertan, I have to examine his corpse and look for anything unusual that might have been caused by the poison. I should find all the information about poisons in Musa's book of poisons. Now, while we were creeping around in the last episode, we did find this book. We have the Book of Poison, about abominable poisons, their acquisition, and the art of stopping the effects caused by them. So let's read that real quick. The Book of Poison. Bane poison, a particularly evil potion which causes certain death even in small quantities. It is widespread, especially in Bohemia and Austria, because the plants necessary for its preparation are everywhere plentiful. Do not expect much benefit from the knowledge of this poison, for it can be used for nothing but killing. When an unfortunate man who has swallowed this poison comes to you for advice, give glory to God, for it is a miracle that he is still alive. For a little while thou mayest observe in him the blackness of the eyes, the dryness of the body, or the looseness of the muscles. But then send for the priest at once. Even a few drops will cause certain death, and there is no guaranteed antidote in the whole wide world. If you have to cook this abomination, prepare yourself some wine, a handful of wormwood, then twice as much belladonna. Then you shall finish the evil work with fly agaric. Boil the mixture until you have a clear liquid, almost imperceptible in taste and smell. I don't think it was bane poison.
Oh, you pooch.
Bitahui, however you say that. Bird poison. This is one of the rarest, for it is obtained only from the feathers and skin of the pitahui. This creature of a black and yellow color has its origin far beyond the land of the Indians, and the touch of it causes considerable trouble to man. The killers, therefore, have no need to prepare any decoctions, but only to make head tresses and necklaces of the feathers for their victims. Those who come into contact with the feathers of the pitahui often feel a tingling and tension in their muscles. This condition can persist for days, giving the murderer time he needs to escape. In such cases, it is enough to burn the feathers and the poisoning will pass. If, however, the unfortunate ingests the essence of the feathers prepared by a long boil, expect more serious consequences. The victim first stiffens and soon dies unless a drink of seawater and crushed stone from the mountains of Monte Palidi which thou shalt find in the Italian land, be prepared in time. Maker Potion. This potion is especially useful because it soothes and relieves pain. It is therefore a favorite among the physicians. If you rub even a few drops on the skin of a wounded man, you can cut him without causing him suffering. Men who are hasty in their love rub their manhood with this potion too, so that it may become numb and they may manage to please their wives. Did not need to know this. A fool who tastes even a sip of the potion will experience total numbness. His intestines will become clogged and he may lose his sight for a while. Fortunately, the stomach will eject this disgusting potion before it has time to have its pernicious effect, unless the body has already been weakened. If you need to replenish your supply of this decoction, prepare yourself. How to do it. Remember, however, not to boil the valerian in the liquor, but only to put the crushed valerian into the cold decoction. Kiss of Death. How many of these are there?
Right, I've learned something about poisons. Now I should examine Chertan's body.
Alright, we got 2 more to go. Kiss of Death. Although difficult to prepare, this potion is often used because its pleasant aroma can be confused with ordinary cooking. It is also said among the poor that this mixture can be used to turn metals into gold. Nice. The Kiss of Death will first cause a stomachache. It makes the skin red and blistered, the bowels painfully empty at both ends, the udders stiffen in spasms, and the nails break. And then thou shalt know that death is certain. But before that, thou mayest relieve the poor man with a bezoar put under the tongue. In a quick reaction, a mixture of hot milk, vinegar, and garlic can also be used to cause the poison to be thrown up. If you want to make this poison, take a new clay pot, put a handful of red copper, half a bottle of strong water, arsenic, oak bark, and rose water inside. Pull it all and test it with an iron nail. When the muddy mixture has completely coated the iron, you will know that you have cooked enough. Lullaby. This poison will not bring quick death, but its effects may be even more terrible. It soothes a man in a reasonable quantity and gives him rest that his body may be speedily healed, but if it be given by a person of dishonest intentions, his victim falls into a sound sleep in which he does not feel his body and may be treated so unkindly and cruelly. If drank oftenly, the healthy spirit then leaves the body. A man intoxicated with the lullaby concoction feels faint, his tongue is confused, his head is heavy, and he soon falls asleep. When more than in moderation, however, a man drinks suddenly, he vomits it up, and it loses all its effect. If you want to relieve people around you with lullaby, prepare for yourself oil, thistle, herb berries, and especially a handful of poppies, which give the decoction a vibrant odor and sparkling color and can overcome the disgust of herb Paris. Okay, so we've read that. Only took 10 minutes. Not quite. Alright, we could sleep. But let's not. Let's see if we can get in here to investigate the body.
I'm sorry.
Get out of my way then.
Fucking job. All right, here we go. Holy Mary, Mother of God, don't let me miss anything, and forgive me for what I'm doing to this unfortunate wretch. He looks a bit ruddy, but is that from the poison, or was he just drunk? I can't see anything strange here. No bruises or broken lips. I suppose the murderer surprised him and didn't give him a chance to defend himself. Ah, what a stench. He coughed up some blood, all right, but he also threw his guts up. Some poisons are so strong that the body tries to expel them. He looks horribly rigid and contorted. He must have died in awful spasms. Nothing strange here except the stiffness and broken nails. Could he have dug his nails into the table when the spasms started? And what's this here? Something that looks like warts. But did the poison cause them? Or was he a filthy pig and always had them? Completely rigid. Just like the arms. But, oh, Christ, what a stink! Ugh, he shat himself. I've heard it happens to the dead, but that much? Ugh. Maybe the poison did that. That's a nasty wound. I almost feel sorry for Chertan. But why would someone kill him in the most heavily guarded part of the camp, instead of trying to lure him outside? Several stab wounds in the belly, all close together and very deep. The murderer definitely knew what he was doing, though that hardly narrows down the field in an army camp. Almost everything is covered in blood, but there doesn't seem to have been much of a fight. I can't see anything ripped or sliced off. There's nothing missing. Whoever killed him, it doesn't look like a robbery. That'll have to do. I've found out enough. He threw up on himself, he had spasms, he shat himself, warts or lesions on his hands, as red as a poppy. But that could be from drinking or lots of things. I mustn't forget anything. That's the main thing.
I want to look at that book again, and I think we had another book too. Remedies for fleas and warts. Let's just page through that. Wondering if maybe that would have something. Alright, so Bane says looseness of muscles. And the Pitahui bird poison has tension in their muscles. And if you ingest it, stiffens and soon dies. This one doesn't say anything about Mrs. Dollmaker. Release pain. May lose sight. His intestines will become clogged if he eats it, but he'll throw it up. Kiss of death. Causes stomach ache. Makes the skin red and blistered, so that sounds right. Bowels empty at both ends, that sounds right. And stiffen and spasm, the nails break, and thou shalt know that death is certain. Yeah, so kiss of death is the right poison. Musa, got news for you.
I read that book of yours, and I think I know now what Chertan was poisoned with.
What do you mean, you think? Do you know or not?
Kiss of death, absolutely.
The potion is called Kiss of Death. It causes vomiting, cramps, boils, and rapid death.
This name means nothing to me. I suppose I did not get that far in the book. But if you think the symptoms are the same, I will believe you. Are you sure it was that poison? Were there not more in the book?
Definitely.
Absolutely certain. The murderer couldn't have used anything else.
All right. I have no choice but to believe you. Now, We can only hope that the murderer has not had time to get rid of the evidence.
I better start searching fast, hadn't I? You said that the suspects are Grozav, Crow, and the 2 guards. This won't take long.
Wait a moment. There is something I must tell you.
Okay, tell me.
Of course. Go on.
First, you should know that I am grateful for what you are doing. Were it not for your investigation, I probably would not be standing here. But I cannot stop thinking about how brilliantly you dealt with Mishek. Why would someone with your abilities want to enlist? I do not suspect you of Chertan's murder, of course. Do not worry. It is all strange, though. People have just been sitting around for months here. And all of a sudden you turn up, and everything is turned upside down.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it?
Have
me
that
the
effect.
truth, my friend. Who are you? Really?
I'm just Henry. Are you testing me?
I don't know what you're talking about. Is this some kind of loyalty test or something? I'm just doing what I'm told to do. Is there something wrong with that?
I have more important things to do than to try to trick you. I am asking you sincerely, as a friend. Who are you?
Told you, I'm Henry.
All right. I'll try to trust you. Maybe I'm not King Sigismund's most ardent supporter.
I knew it! I could tell straight away that you were cleverer than others in this camp.
Oh, he seems excited.
You're pleased? Aren't you a courtier of his?
It was not my first choice. Or do you think I long to spend half my life in some dirty tent?
How did you come to be in Sigismund's court?
That is a long story. I once served Sultan Bayezid. Although the Osmans are not that welcoming to my people, the Sultan at the time received envoys from all over the world, so I was useful. But soon after, we found ourselves at war with Timur and his Golden Horde. Luckily, that is, luckily for me, it was around then that Sigismund's messenger came to see the Sultan. And I managed to persuade the Sultan to send me to Hungary as a goodwill gesture. I am sure you understand that I did not want to wait for Timur's savages to cut my head off. But let us just say that King Sigismund did not show me the respect my position is worthy of. Instead of making me his counselor and physician, he sent me here.
Well, you could go elsewhere if you don't like it here. I know a few people who would value someone like you.
I am grateful to you, my friend. But I must refuse. I have had many experiences in life and come out of them alive. And do you know why? Because I am a total coward. And not just that, I am duly proud of it. I would be very happy to get away from here and perhaps even return home, but only when I am sure I will survive the journey. So I think it will be best if we each go our own way.
You know nothing. I know nothing.
And this conversation never took place.
I'd better go and search the tents.
Good luck. I am depending on you.
Strange. Did I pull out my torch? Did. Alright, I have to search the tents. Well, this is Musa's tent. Let's search it. Let's look at the journal first, though. I examined Chertan's body. Must have died in terrible spasms, strange sores, emptied his guts, and let's see. I think I now know what Chertan was poisoned with. The rest will be easy. The person I find with the poison must be the murderer. One of the people suspected of murdering Chertan is Stephen, known as Crow, a corporal in the Prague forces. I should have a look in his tent, see if I can find any evidence. The camp commander himself, Grozav of Boromlaka, is suspected of murdering Chertan the Cuman. I have to search his tent and see if I can find any evidence there. Musa most likely didn't kill Chertan, but I should search his tent even so to see if there's any poison there. Adalbert and Radovan, the two guards who found the staff Chertan, are still suspected of murdering him. I should take a look in their tent to see if there's any poison there.
Beautiful, but empty. No poison. I wouldn't mind a piece of that.
That all? Lullaby potion. Nothing major there.
For pain, exhaustion, fever, all healing remedies.
I believe Crow's tent was this way, wasn't it? Oh, Musa's tent's still highlighted. I missed something.
There's nothing here. Musa's definitely not to blame.
Okay, let's get out of here.
But Crow had a dagger right here. Very like the one Chertan was stabbed with. Nails. Is Crow planning on building a cottage instead of a tent? But they're covered in some kind of dirt.
Dirt, huh? Interesting.
Oak. And dry as a bone. The water smells of flowers of some kind. Like roses? Hold on. Nails, rosewater, oak bark. They're all used to brew Kiss of Death. Where the hell did a common soldier get so much money?
Something stinks here.
I didn't see the money. What is that? Books. Strange message. Was Stephen Crow carrying this in his pocket? Why was he carrying it?
Strange letter.
Nothing good, I'm sure.
Feathered friend. The folk who live in the boot are restless. Time is short, and the fox is gathering strength. The house of Pepper must burn. Tonight is the last chance. The old cat, the gambler, and the groom are expendable. Prepare for the worst. None is more silent than he whose lips have tasted the kiss of death. Await the next message, the day after tomorrow, in the same place as always. Friends of the lad from the boot. Okay, so Crow. Just when I found the bloody dagger, I noticed that Stephen Crow had lost his own dagger. What a coincidence. Stephen Crow didn't have any poison on him, but his tent is full of things from which a poison could be brewed. The murder investigation is finally over. I found the material necessary for making the poison in Stephen's tent. It's clear he's the murderer. Found a lot of interesting things in Crow's tent. There may not have been any poison, but there were several things needed to make Kiss of Death. In Stephen Crow's chest, I found a fortune. Where could he have got so much money? I may have stolen that already. Something's not right here. In Stephen Crow's pocket, I found a very strange note. It talks about a house with pepper and expendable people. So cumin, like cumin, the what is it? Spice? It's not quite pepper, but it's kind of peppery. Used in chili with pepper, chili pepper. Normal people don't carry things like that. Need to prepare. Camp Commander Grozav is suspected. I have to search his tent and the guards' tents. Alright, so let's keep going towards W. See if we can search down here. Is this it? Nothing in that.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
No, get up, get up, get up, get up. Get up, Henry.
Well, I doubt that pair of drunks could have killed Chertan even if they wanted to.
Said examine the broom, didn't it?
There's nothing here. I reckon those two really are innocent.
Okay.
Hail.
Hey, y'all.
You silly monkey.
You silly doggy.
He's the camp commander, but it looks like a pauper lives here. I reckon Grozav's fallen on hard times.
We're gonna save again. Nothing strange there. Already looked in this chest, but let's do it again.
How could anyone drink all this? Oh, that's valerian, I believe. It helps relieve pain, but it's also used to make Dollmaker potion. But Chertan was poisoned with Kiss of Death. Or was he?
I don't see anything else here. What time is it? Alright, it's still real early, but let's try. Okay, nothing there. So I think we've done them all. Sorry, I have a phone call. Okay, this is weird. So, did I get the poison wrong? In Grozov's tent, there are a lot of herbs from which a poison could easily be brewed. One of the camp commanders, Grozav of Boromlaka, had the materials necessary for making the poison. It's clear he's the murderer. Lord Grozav of Boromlaka doesn't have much in his tent, but even so, I found some strange herbs. It's possible. Is it possible he made poison out of them? Then here, I found the materials necessary for making the poison in Stephen's tent. It's clear he's the murderer. Seems like they both did it. I think Crow is clearly involved, but I'm not certain that he's not involved. Alright, let's change our clothes. Let's also go ahead and save again. I'm using so many saves, but that's fine. What do I do now? Prepare to defend. Go back and talk to Musa again? Nope, got nothing there. That's the charter we just got for him. Okay. It's probably a bad idea. 130. Nothing special there. Pick up, sir.
Right. I found out all I could. I reckon I'm as ready for the trial as I'll ever be.
That fast? You're yanking my pizzle. Go and find some more evidence. So Seaboy hasn't arrived yet in any case.
No, seriously, I'm done.
Could we talk about Chertan's murder?
Why? Musa is under lock and key, and the king's deputy himself is coming for him. Leave me in peace, or you might end up like him.
But sir, we both know whatever happened with the poison wine, Musa can't have stabbed Chertan. I want to find out who else is involved in this. After all, you too could be in danger till this is all cleared up. I just have a couple of questions. I won't keep you long. You'll see.
Oh, get on with it then, for f***'s sake. But if you think you can persuade me to let Musa go, you're out of luck.
Okay, well, I guess we should have done this already, but let's do it now.
How come you got to the site of the stabbing so quickly?
My tent is right next to it, you rat-faced half-wit. I heard Chertan yelling and I went to take a look.
Did you notice anything strange?
Like what, a stabbed man?
Maybe you saw someone acting strangely around there?
No. I gave a clear order that nobody unauthorized is allowed up here. It's bad enough that you're here. Is there anything else? Or can I have some peace at last?
Were you there when Chertan was poisoned?
No, not at that moment. When I arrived, Chertan was already dead, and Musa was standing over him, white as a sheet. Well, paler than usual.
Yeah. Not exactly white as a sheet.
Had Chertan been behaving strangely recently?
No more than usual.
Did he mention having any conflicts with anyone?
Apart from me, you mean? I don't
Yeah.
know how you imagine it, but we don't exactly go round holding hands here.
Do you know anyone who might want to kill Chertan?
Who wouldn't? He was a smug, ill-mannered bastard. Though I have to admit, I'm surprised it was the Sawbones Musa who killed him.
Well, how could he have? He was with me and Katz when Chertan was stabbed.
So he was in league with someone. How do I know?
I found this dagger close to the place where Chertan was stabbed. Have you seen it before?
All the time. Every other soldier in this camp has one like that.
You too, then?
I'm not every other soldier, you ill-mannered cur.
What about this
I
note?
found a paper signed by you in Chertan's tent. It says you owe him money.
What? Give it here.
You can take it. I've got it memorized anyway.
Then I'd advise you to forget it again, and sharpish.
Is that why you were always quarrelling? Over money?
There is no deed of debt. Got that, you little rat? If you say a word of this to anyone, I'll have you skinned alive.
It's common knowledge that Grozav hated Chertan. Maybe enough for to kill him? That's not good English. Okay, what about Crow?
I'd like to ask a couple of questions about Chertan's murder.
I have a couple of questions of my own. What actually happened? Katz said Chertan is dead and Musa's locked up.
It's even more complicated than that. But I don't have time to explain it to you now. I need to ask you a couple of questions.
Go ahead and ask then, but quietly, damn it. I don't want anyone to know about it.
Where were you when Chertan was poisoned?
Where do you think? In my tent. After I helped take him to the infirmary with Musa, I went my own way.
You just went off to have a nap.
No, I doubled the guard, drew up the orders for tomorrow, and made sure nobody was allowed to leave the camp. When something like this happens, people like me have lots to do all of a sudden.
It was you who came to tell us that Chertan had been stabbed, wasn't it? How did you get involved in the first place?
Me? I was close by, that's all. My tent is right below the palisade. And when the two guards found Chertan, they ran to get me.
Hold on. The two guards said otherwise. They said they found Chertan and were discussing what to do when you turned up. By yourself.
Is that what they said?
Mm-hmm.
It's possible. I can't remember now. It all happened so fast. And anyway, how am I supposed to remember all this? Maybe I heard them and went to see what was going on.
Are you sure you don't want to tell me what really happened?
All right. You want the truth, so I'll tell you the truth. In fact, I really was up top. It's because I had to keep an eye on you.
Me? Why, for Christ's sake?
You really don't know? You may have been given our colours, but you're still a stranger. I didn't want you running around unsupervised. But it seems you're a decent fella, so don't f*** it up now.
Tell me more about the storage space.
What about it? There's a cannon and some powder there. We built it a few days after we arrived because it's a good idea to keep that kind of stuff safe. If it blew up, the whole place would be blown to smithereens. And if someone didn't happen to set fire to it, Someone else might have robbed it. Folk are like magpies.
Oh, except for you, the crow.
Very droll. Never
Very
heard
droll.
that one before. Aye, but now I'll ask you something. Who do you think did it?
You.
Yeah, I've no idea. The whole thing is strange. Nobody knows anything, but everyone's got something to say.
You can't expect it to be simple, Henry. You join the army, it's a fight for f***'s sake.
Who has the key to the ammunition store?
I don't know. Katz and Grozav for sure, but I've no idea if anyone else has a key. I'm too small fry for that.
What about the
I
dagger?
found this dagger close to the place where Chertan was stabbed. Do you have any idea who it might belong to?
Nah, afraid not. Half the camp has one like that.
What, you, for example? I noticed you had one just like it beside your bed. But it's not there anymore.
Look, do you have any idea how many knives I have? 2 for work, 1 for meat, another for battle, a small one for picking mushrooms, a sharp one for shaving. And I have one that's a bit like that one you have, but only a bit like it. Like I said, there must be hundreds of daggers like that in this camp.
I've been doing a lot of thinking about Chertan's murder.
What's that got to do with me?
Well, it's just that I found a couple of interesting things in your tent. Isn't there something you should tell me?
No, and get off my back.
Calm down. If I wanted to snitch on you, I'd go straight to Katz without bothering to ask you any questions.
Well, let's say you might have a point. What was it you said?
You know something about the murder, don't you?
Maybe a little, but I don't want word to get out, all right?
Why would anyone kill Chertan anyway?
Maybe it wasn't about Chertan. Maybe someone wanted to do something in the ammunition store, but Chertan turned up, so he had to kill him.
In the ammunition store? And what would anyone be doing there?
Trying to blow it sky high.
What? What good would that do anyone?
It might make him very rich. Let's say Sigismund has a lot of enemies who are planning something big. It'll start in Italy, I hear, and it'd come in very handy if someone gave the king a setback before that. He'd lose allies there, and here his camp goes to sh*. There's sure to be dozens of saboteurs all over the Empire, just like the one here.
I should probably report you. Well, I've got a much better idea. Let's say I'm not a great supporter of Sigismund. What if we were to help each other out?
That doesn't sound bad. Let me finish my work. We can put the blame for Chertan's murder on Grozav. I can't stand that f***er anyway.
What, accusing an innocent man? He'll be executed.
Better him than me. So, can we make a deal?
But there's one condition. The storeroom doesn't blow up until we set off for Sedlets. I need that cannon of yours.
Ah, so that's why you're here. All right, I can arrange that. I'll prepare a long fuse and light it just before departure. With a bit of luck, we'll be long gone when it blows up. But first, we have to get rid of Grozav. I have a poisonous plant here. Put it in the chest in his tent, and at the trial, we'll say he used it to poison Chertan.
That won't be necessary. I've been in his tent, and he already has a couple of poisonous plants there.
Really? Christ, there's more to him than meets the eye. All the better for us, though. Oh, and don't try to double-cross me. Got that?
But what about Musa? We gotta free him. Well, I mean, obviously, if Grozav gets busted for it, then Musa didn't do it, but he's gonna try and take Musa with him. Oh, the plot thickens. What a crazy long quest.
May God give you health, sir.
Father, I need advice. Who did it? You can't tell me? Okay then.
What is
Come
it?
here,
Did you
boy.
drop something?
I mean, it's pretty clear. Let's see if I can talk to Musa. Alright, he's got nothing else. So, I mean, Crow just admitted to it. But he did it for reasons that I like. Now, I do want to go and look at this powder room one more time, just in case I missed something. He did.
Was someone trying to steal something? Or were they planning something bigger?
And this lines up. The powder is laid out. Like he was trying to run it out there. Is there a torch or anything in here? Oh, these are the things that they had in front of it at Nebakov. Anything in there? Bellows, wax for candles. I think that may have been the thing I missed, was the lock. Any footprints or anything? Oh. But, I mean, it lines up with what Grozav said. Or not Grozav, what Crow said. He was in there. He was pouring out a line of powder. Chertan walks by, sees him. There's an attack. Is that a human bone right there? What is this? Water? Probably. Anything around back? No, doesn't look like it. Did the log change at all? Okay, someone pried open the door to the camp's black powder storage, and on the very same night that Chertan was stabbed, I bet my life that it's connected. Yeah. Okay, so we are just under an hour, and no doubt the trial part's going to take a minute, so I want to give us plenty of time to handle that and not have to rush. So we're gonna pause here and pick it up next time. Till then, be good.
You silly mutt.